Peace and blessings, family. I'm your brother in the struggle, Ali. And today I would like to talk to you about the half original man. In the Nation of Islam's teachings, we have three primary half original men. In our lessons, we're taught that Columbus was a half original man, and we're taught that Prophet Musa was a half original man, and we're taught that Master Fard Muhammad, or Prophet W.D. Fard, Allah in person, was a half original man. Now, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, in his knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, he explained to us that there are dominant and recessive genes. And this is why we don't consider ourselves to be racist. We don't believe in racism and hatred, you know what I mean? But we do understand the laws of nature, that there are dominant and recessive sweet peas, you know what I mean? There are dominant and recessive strawberries, dominant and recessive flowers and birds and fish and albino this and albino that. That's just the universal order of things. That's just the natural selection of what we call Mother Nature, Yahweh, Jehovah, God, Jesus, Allah, or whatever nomenclature or scientific terminology you want to use. There was an Austrian monk known by the name of Gregor Mendel that actually took the time to study these dominant recessive genes. He's not the first nor the last. You know what I mean? This day and time, they actually went into the DNA of things. I mean, but basically, the white supremacists, they seem like they're speaking from a position of hatred. But when you listen carefully and you study them, you'll find that they're really not speaking from hatred, they're speaking from fear. They know that there are dominant and recessive genes. There are red, old colors, and blue, new colors in the rainbow. You know what I mean? So we don't, you know, the message teaches, must respect all people, demand respect from all people. We respect everybody, white, black, gay, straight, old, young, rich, poor, Americans, anti-Americans, whatever. Now, I mean, our thing is, you know, peace be unto you, I mean, and unto you be peace. Now, if you come at us with war, we had a right to defend ourselves, of course, so we're not going to let no white supremacists lynch us and shoot us and beat us down and all that kind of stuff, you know what I mean? But at the same time, we're not going to come at them. We're not going to disrespect them. We're going to pay them no mind left. We're going to live our life and be mindful that in nature there are enemies. Now, I mean, the fish in the ocean has to be mindful that there are some fish like the piranha that like to eat up other fish. There are sharks, there are barracudas, there are whales, there are chickens, and there are chicken hawks. There are some birds that fly down and prey upon other birds. Now, I mean, the mouse doesn't hate the owl, but he has to be mindful that owls like to eat mice. Now, I mean, that's the nature of the owl. The owl thing, it's nothing personal. When the owl swoop down on its prey, it's not doing it because it's being vindictive or full of hatred. It's doing it because by nature it's made to eat mice. Now, I mean, there's this population control in the universal order of things. Now, I mean, dogs just naturally just don't get along good with cats. Now, I mean, that's just the universal order of things. If you just see a bunch of black crows and you go to Atlantic City and we seen the white seagulls out there about a week ago, it's something about these birds of a feather. They just flock together. I seen all the seagulls, they was together. All the little brown birds was together. The black crows, they was hanging out on the wires together. But I didn't see the black crows going over there integrating with the white crows. Now, that don't mean that the black crow hates the white seagull. I'm pretty sure under a controlled environment, if you put a bunch of male blackbirds in a cage with a few white birds, some integration going to jump off. If you put some black rats in a cage with some white rats, some integration going to jump off. If you keep anything like that, the laws of nature always has exceptions. I done seen gay dogs. I seen male dogs humping male dogs. That's the universal order. There are gay ducks in the universal order of things. These, what have you. Now, I mean, so it's not like the universe doesn't have exceptions or what we call gray areas. But in our lessons, we're taught that Christopher Columbus was a half original man, and that the prophet Musa, Moses, was a half original man, and that our Savior, Allah, God, who came in the person of Master Muhammad, was a half original man. Know what I mean? So we have to understand the dominant recessive gene. Know what I mean? His father was black and his mother was white. The Savior came out looking white. If they had 4 children, genetically, one of them would come out real dark. I mean, that's just a natural balance on a universal order thing. That's how that, you know, those genotypes can pop up any type of way. You know what I mean? The DNA and RNA are messenger messages that goes through our atomic structure. It can manifest anything. You know what I mean? So we have to be mindful that our lessons teaches us that the original man outnumbers white people 11-1. There's a whole bunch of Africans, a whole bunch of brown Arabs, there's a whole bunch of yellow Chinese, there's a whole bunch of red Indians. You know what I mean? So when you have populations with 1 billion people and America has like 400 million, I mean, you know, when we have a population of 7 billion people and the majority of them are people of color, you have to be mindful of the white supremacist mentality. This thing is like subconsciously, it's like our beloved sister Dr. Frances Cress Wells, and of course peace be upon her, she explained it in Color Confrontations, the ISIS paper. You know what I mean? They fear genetic annihilation. You know, you'd be like, oh, I don't know why we don't just all get along and just integrate. They like, yo, you better understand this thing for real, for real. The universal order things go like this. If a black man get that white girl pregnant, bro, Obama comes out. The white gene gets weaker and weaker and start disappearing. If a black woman get pregnant by that white man, his genes disappear. Her dominant egg takes over. So if you do that for 4 generations, you'll see the white population disappear. So that thing's like, oh, we understand that's like that all over the earth. If an Arab man get a white woman pregnant, we got an Arab baby. If a Chinese man get a white woman pregnant, we got a Chinese baby. If a Indian man get an Indian, we got an Indian baby. Because you have dominant and recessive genes. That's not hatred. That's not racist. I've seen beautiful black women, brown women, yellow women, red women, white women, you name it. You know what I mean? But just because I love my black woman, you know what I mean? I've been married to my black woman like 30 years. That don't mean that I'm anti somebody else's woman. That don't mean that some other black man can't fall in love with a white woman or a Chinese woman or Indian woman or Arab woman, whatever. Love is love. You know what I mean? Love is an elevation of understanding of those who are original. So magnetic attractions happen. That's just the universal order. I seen kittens that fell in love with puppies. I seen dogs that love cats. They'll fight you to protect that cat. You know what I mean? You know, so even though by nature you have certain things, there are characteristics. So by nature, a lion could be a lion. He's the king of the jungle. But that don't mean that you can't modify his mathematics and alter his characteristics and have that lion like a tame pussycat in a circus or a zoo, or, you know, something that our carnival would have. He'll jump on a stool, he'll jump through the hoop because he don't have knowledge of self. You know what I mean? He's not in harmony with the universal order things. He's not in harmony with his nature. You're feeding him in a cage. You're feeding that black man in the county jail. You're feeding him in the state prison, in the federal prison. So you're making him other than his own self. He's not doing for self. But if you put him to himself, sometimes they can't even survive, depending on how long they've been in slavery, suffering in death or captivity. So the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, understanding this theology, he gives us a gray area in the theology of time. He teaches us the white man is the devil. And how did Olivia explain about, you know what I mean, you know, how the black man can be 7 times as bad. You know what I mean, physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, soulfully, selfily, and willfully. We can be a black devil too, you know what I mean? But he also explained to us in Al-Sayers Rob in 1974 that good done by any person, black or white, has its reward. And these white people, Muslims of faith, these white Muslims of faith who strive to live a life of peace, truth, freedom, justice, and equality, Allah has a place for them, a good place. He puts them in heaven, in their own heaven. He calls it the hereafter, the here on earth, meaning that they are going to live in peace and paradise right here on the planet that we're living in. They won't be living in the same palace that I'm in, or you may be in, but they'll have their own palace. They'll have their own kingdom. You know what I mean? And they'll live in peace and harmony. You know what I mean? And that is the natural order of things. So we have to understand these realities. We have to understand that Dr. Yaqub that grafted the devil was a black man. You know what I mean? We have to understand him killing all the babies, putting pins in their head. That was a black man doing. That was black people doing that. Black people was feeding the animal, black babies to wild beasts, putting them in the furnace and burning them up, cremating them. You know what I mean? That was black people practicing genocide. That wasn't white people doing that. White people wasn't even here yet. You know what I mean? It was the black people or the black man that had black people drilling the shaft into the core of the earth and blowing up a part of the planet Earth 66 trillion years ago, forming our moon. His intent was murder. His intent was destruction. His intent was negative. He had a devilish idea. He wanted to kill everybody on the face of the planet Earth. But he left a symbol or sign up there representing our equality. You know what I mean? That you can't destroy God. You know what I mean? You can't destroy God, nor can you alter nature. So I just wanted to share with y'all, to get y'all to look at the messenger teachings on a deeper level. Everything that I'm saying is right there in Message to the Black Man. It's right there in Supreme Wisdom, Volumes 1 and 2, 1957. It's in Message to the Black Man, 1965. It's in How to Live, Book 1, 1967. It's in How to Live, Book 2, 1972. It's in Theology of Time, 1970. It's in How to Live, Book 2, 1973. It's in The Fall of America, 1973. You know what I mean? No, How to Live, Book 1972. You know what I mean? It's in Our Sails Arrived, 1974. It's in The Flag of Islam, 1974. So it's in the original divine direct teachings of the Honorable Elijah Muhammad. So don't just take it from me. Do the math, do the research. The message said piece it apart. And if you find it to be the truth, lay claim to that truth. And if you are a white Muslim of faith, don't feel like you're a second-class citizen. Don't hate yourself. Don't feel like, oh, I'm a devil, I can't do. It's like, no, bear witness that Master Father Muhammad is God. Bear witness that the Honorable Elijah Muhammad is his first, last, and only messenger. Bear witness that the black man is God. Bear witness that the white man is the devil. Wherever he went, he was a devil. When they came to Africa, they did devils. When they came to India, they did devils. When they came to Arabia, they did devils. When they went to Australia, they did. When they came to America, they did devils. Everywhere the European colonists went, they represented the pale horse. They represented hell. They represented death, doom, and destruction. That's just the reality. But we can't take it personal. Strictly business. Islam Allah. I'm your brother in the struggle. Brother Al